See how, you know? So you always, like when you play billiards or pool, you hold your hand on the table. Same thing idea. Your hand should always be in touch with your wood. Never like this. You're always somehow, you hold your chisel like this. Okay? So I hold it against here, and now instead of going straight in to smash the grain, I want to go at an angle. See how nice that removes that material? And you come all the way across here, like so, and make chisel marks across here like this. And then when you put this in, because that's a place where it's terminating, now when I put it in, hold this right here, I can pop that across there, and that just comes right off. Okay, see that? See what I did? I nicked my finger too. Okay? So, that's it. You give me a Band-Aid. I also bleed like a stuffed pig because I'm on a Tennon, which is a heart medication that makes my blood real thin. Okay? So if I get cut really bad, I got to get to the hospital really, really fast. You know? Anyway, we got when's Porsche for? Yeah. They need all in it. So now, by doing that, now I cut it down to the right size, so it will enable me to fit this into the right position here now. Okay? Nope. It's still not big enough. See, it's too fat this way, so I got to remove more material. Take it off the other end here. Now this is one I have. Each one of these I have purposely. This is the one that I left proud on the end here. So what I did is I'm going to also show you the one that remember that I made way too loose and how to fix that one. Okay, so I just make the cuts across there like that to relieve it, and that allows me to just pop that off there, you know, real quick. Okay, now hopefully this is going to fit now. Okay, so now, okay, there it goes in. But you see now I can't bring it down low enough this way. See that? So what's stopping that? Maybe the bottom tenon. So I got to take the bottom tenon and I got to remove more material off the bottom, the part that's stopping me from going all the way home on that. And again, I'll just tap it and then do a few little relief marks on here. See, I don't need much. But you wouldn't even really have to do the relief marks if the grain was going uphill, because then it won't dive. You know, see the grain's going like this? Because then I could tear across it. But this is always a good practice to make those little relief marks like that. And that way it will ensure, see, that you don't take too much off. And now, when we look at this, okay, there, see, now that'll sweeten up perfectly with the top of that. Okay?
And that's not too loose?
This one is too loose. This is also the one, this is like this.
Oh, that, okay.
This is the one I made that's too loose. So now, if you have this problem, see, this is one that I cut way too loose. That is unacceptable, okay? Now, the other thing, too, is when I look at this, you see what's holding it away? You got to look at the joint. See, that's unacceptable, too. See, that's not closed? See my light there?
Yeah.
I think I have one that's, here, this one's even worse yet. See this one? Right here? Well, this one I didn't fit yet either, but you see how that shoulder's out too far? Okay, if you have that situation, you got to close that, so we'll put that in here. But this is the easy fix now, right here. So what you have to do with this is you want to start out with the chisel, and again, you want to clamp it where I'm at. I'm not all the way up here, because then when I push on it, it moves too easy. Okay, so I'll put it down low to hold it in my vise, and now I'm going to grab you want a chisel that is narrower than your board is wide. See, I don't want to use something, well, I can even use this, as long as it's not wider than the thickness of my wood.
Why
Okay, the reason for that is because I want to remove that and not scrape up my shoulders. Okay? I don't want to damage those. So with this right here, again, two hands on. Now I'm cutting end grain now. So to cut end grain, it's pointless to put the marks in there because it's not going to do you any purpose. You only put the marks in this way when you're cutting with the grain. See this? But here I'm cutting across the grain, so now I'm just going to skive that off. I'm going to shave it off a little bit of time. Don't try to start at the end. You won't be successful that way. I'm going to start on top of the grain and then just tear across down in. So you must keep both hands. Now this is the breaking action here. Index finger, thumb on the top. See my hand in touch with this. Now now this hand is every bit as more important as this hand, because this is what keeps me in control. See this? So this on here, and now I'm going to go straight across here. See, I have it into my gut. See, I'm leaning with my body. I put it on here, and I want to dig this out. Now this is called undercutting, okay? And I'm going to greatly exaggerate this so you understand what the principle of it is, okay? Now this should never be this deep, okay? Well, what it is, see, this is the only part that's going to touch, so I dug that out, so there's no way it's going to rest on that center portion. See how deep that is? Okay, that's no matter. And then I leave this little bit at the end, and then here's where I use my wider chisel, and I can feel on his, like a feeler gauge here, and see now I can pare that off, and then have it nice and flat all the way across. Now it's going to close up perfectly fine, right? See what I showed you?
So you're really only worried about that face. You don't care about that. Just because that's undercut, it doesn't matter.
Undercut it, yeah. We do the same thing when we do like dovetail joints and stuff. The bottoms of the tails. See, the pins go in this way, but the bottoms of the tails, you know, where you're cutting in the V this way, those are always undercut, so it meets sweet. You know, so your line at the bottom of the dovetail looks good, but there's always a void underneath there. Otherwise, you'd never get it to fit right. You know, so that's that. Now, the ones that, now which one do I have? The ones that don't fit, that are too loose, okay? And remember, it's not too loose. Which one did I do? It's not too loose if you can put it in and lift the board. If you can't lift the board, then you have to do something about it because glue won't hold it properly. Okay? So here I got to see, I got to do the same thing here. I got to get that little bit off there. So remove that. Now, if it's just this loose here, and see, I mean, it doesn't take long to remove this. You just got to have a sharp tool. And if you don't have a sharp, I mean, you should feel it. Your chisel should feel nice and sharp. And if you don't have it sharp, try sharpening it. I mean, everybody should be going out of here with enough skills to sharpen your chisels. We have our stones and our equipment over there that you were taught, I guess yesterday I did it, or the day before, I don't remember. Anyway, that's done. So this is the one that's too loose now. Okay? So we already cut the one that's too fat. That's going to fit okay. So now this one here, too loose. I gotta make it fit in there. This is at the limit of this. See, in other words, you can move it and you can hear it clicking. That really should have a piece of wood glued on top of it. Let it dry, and then go back and recut it. But if you're in a rush and it's not that critical, this is not extremely loose. I can fix that real quick by taking putting in the vise here, and I cut a kerf in it. Okay? I cut a kerf in the end of it, and you can use any one of several tools. Rob, show them where it is, the Independence tool saw. And you get to see where that saw is kept right there. You can take it out and bring it over. Okay? You may use all the other saws, and then show them where all the other dovetail saws, all the specialty saws are up there hanging above to the right of the radial arm saw right there. So help yourself. This tool right here is, I have a bunch of different tools. They all work great. It's just a matter of they work a little differently. You've got to get used to it. This is made by Independence Tool Company. This one's kind of a joke. I got this for my 50th birthday present from Linda. And what it is this is a real nice dovetail saw, really fine, aggressive dovetail saw. Works very, very good. But I would like, if I see, I don't want to see this laying on the table and then tools laying on top of it like that. This is a $125 saw right here. I mean, it's very, very finely precision made. This, $18, cuts great. This Japanese saw is $36. Okay, so that's a little, with the blade and the handle, it's $36. So the bottom line is, as soon as you're going to ruin it, as soon as you're laying stuff on and you knock the set